launching right now on first light. It's almost a little bit eerie, that light is just coming up. And it's a full moon today, so we've got some absolutely perfect conditions. So very, very still. It's like a lake out here at the moment on the launch. And we've got a few new toys that we're going to test today. So we get a lot of messages from viewers wanting us to, I guess, use different products across different price spectrums. And today we're going to be using some gear in that mid-tier, and I think that's where the vast majority of people are buying their products. So we've got some gear there that we're going to run you through. And full moon usually means really slow tides and sometimes slow fishing. But I tell you what, it is absolutely awesome to be out here. Hopefully we can get into a few cracking fish to share with you. I think it's going to be pretty awesome out here, so sit back and enjoy the show. Oh yeah, you can see it's just lit. Yep. Come on.
Wrap. So I just paused. So thank God I got the line sorted before it took off.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. Yep. 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 There we go. So this is breaking in. Oh, so this is the Tackle Tactics Black Mamba rod. And this is on first light, so I've been on the water for about 2 minutes. So I'll tell you a little bit more about the rod. We've got just one of these Okuma reels that are paired with it. And just working that Zman Streakz in the Nuke Chicken nice and slowly. And that is just taken off. Gotta love these form of fishing. And this is a good fish. This is a very, oh my God. Yeah. You know when that rod tip is hard pressed in the water, that you got a good fish, and this is a nice snapper. So he's just starting to surface now. Oh, this is a really nice fish. Bad time to have the net locked up. Woo, there we go. So what we always like to do, guys, is just mark a waypoint whenever you catch a fish like that. It's a really good idea. That way you can just drift over the spot. Now obviously today it is dead calm, so we're not drifting very fast. All right, and there you go. So there is first fish of the day and the first fish on that combo, and you can see he's got that Zman Streakz in the Nuke Chicken in his gob. So that is a fantastic way to break in a new rod and reel combo. So this is bordering on that pinky snapper size, but a beautiful fish, and it absolutely took off. And I think there's a few bigger ones around here, and in these conditions when they run off, it's awesome because there's no current to battle. You're just watching them as they come up. You can let them have runs, and that was a lot of fun. So that's one fish within literally 5 minutes. So we're going to get him on ice, and then we're going to see if we can get stuck into a few more. But there you go, that is a cracking start. There you go, look at that soft plastic in his gob. That's a nice fish. And there you go, on the Black Mamba. So let's get that plastic out. Let's go get another one. All right, just to run you through the gear that we are using this morning. So the soft plastic that snapper was caught on, that's a 3.75 inch Zman Streakz in a nuclear chicken color. And I've just got that rigged on a 1/8 of a jig head, and that is in the size 3.0. So the rod that I'm using today, so this is a Black Mamba by Tackle Tactics. So they've recently released 3 rods, really covering that entry level and mid-market space, and this is their top of the range rod. So these value for $179. So there's 4 rods in the series. They've got a 1 to 3 kilo, a 2 to 4 kilo, this is a 3 to 6 kilo, and they've also got a 4 to 8 kilo. So this 3 to 6 kilo rod, very light. So it's kind of, I'd say, more on the medium and fast action. So very comfy in the hand, and you know, perfect for targeting things like snapper, Australian salmon, trevally, flathead, all of those species in the bay. And that 2 to 4 kilo one would, you know, there's a lot of stuff you could do out here as well. So these are 1-piece rods. They're 7 foot length. So the blank is fluorcarbon, Fuji K guides. You've got a hook keeper. You've got EVA split groups, which is really nice and comfy in the hand. The action on this, it feels sort of in between fast action and medium action. So perfect for this style of fishing. And yeah, it's quite a stylish rod. So, oh, yep, that's small, whatever it is, little flatty or something. Yep, small flathead. There you go, there's a little flatty. All right, and there you go there. So there's just a little flathead, so we'll definitely get him on his way, but that's another catch, which is good. The way he swims. Ah, bloody hell. Oh, it's pinkies. They're chasing it on the way up. I actually saw him hit the soft plastic then. Oh. That looked like just a pinky. That hit the plastic, I reckon, about a metre down. It wasn't until I kind of worked that hard. He's given a good account for himself. He's not a big fish, but he's very feisty. He's chased this all the way up from the bottom. He does not want to come up. Now, I know there's some... Oh, my goodness. I know there's some bigger models fishing here, so we're not going to get too excited by this one, but he's foul hooked. That's why he feels a bit... There we go. All right, and there is another beautiful pinky snapper. So they go hard, even these ones that are a little bit on that smaller size. I'm actually getting a bite on that rod as we speak. So now I'm not going to keep him. I think these are probably the perfect eating size. So this one here is around that 40 centimetre size. And we're really hoping we're going to get a few more, a little bit bigger than that. But you have to love this style of fishing, which is using light spin gear, soft plastics, catching beautiful fish like that. It's my favourite form of fishing. We'll get this beautiful fish on his way. All right, see you, matey. Phew, away he goes. Oh, here we go. Man. Well, well, there you go. We've landed a big snook or a short fin pike, and this is a healthy size one. Oh. Most definitely not the desired species, that's for sure. So got a nice set of chompers on them, these guys, and they tend to shred leaders and shred soft plastic. So so there we go. There's very slimy fish. So that is a snook or a short fin pike. Most definitely not the desired species. And you can tell straight away because it's always quite a sluggish take, and they're not very strong fighters. It's just their girth in the water. And around here, we've been catching some huge ones. So this is on the smaller side. Now, he's back in the water, and maybe he'll annoy another angler. There we go. Another nice pinky, just working it insanely slow during this slack tide window. No shortage of these little feisty pinkies, so on your way. Come on, where's that big one? Okay. I wonder what this is. It's got a little bit of weight to it. Not a massive amount, but enough to certainly get my attention. Oh, beautiful fish. Just can't get over how many of these fish like this we're catching. So beautiful pinkies. Again, we're not going to keep any of this size. You definitely could if you wanted to. Get another beautiful fish on his way. See you, matey. Away he goes. There we go. Another beautiful little pinky. So that's just on that 4-inch jerk shade in that beer run colour, which is a really good natural bait looking colour. So we'll get that one out of his mouth. We'll get him on his way. Off he goes. All right, there you go. So there is another pinky. Fortunately, we're not finding the big ones. It's very, very frustrating out here. Certainly working hard to try and get through to that big one that we want. But that was another one there on that beer run colour. So it's a really cool colour, that one. But anyway, another beautiful pinky on his way.
A little bit frustrated after tangling with an avalanche of pinkies, I decided to call it in for the morning. Looking at the forecast, I could see that it was going to be a little bit choppier tomorrow, and that might be a much better chance to land that bigger fish that we're after to really put this black mamba gear through its paces.
Yesterday, even though it was a short session, you know, we did really well on that first probably half an hour of sunlight. We had a really good run and we got that sort of snapper that was about 50 centimeters in size. And then after that, there was just an avalanche of pinkies, probably between sort of 30 and low 40s. So we came out again thinking, you know what, a little bit rougher conditions. We're probably not going to get the volume of fish because you don't tend to get as much as those pinkies when it's really rough and choppy. Really hoping that that might encourage getting a bigger model fish. So that's why we're out here again today, but it's definitely a bit more rougher than what I was hoping for. Fingers crossed we can find that bigger model fish because I really want to do this gear justice. And obviously we caught lots of fish yesterday in that short window, but I'd really like to catch something of significant size to really say that we've put this gear through its paces. All we've managed so far is a snook and a pinky and a heap of drop bites. So whether they're smaller fish or whether it's just pinkies and snapper that are just being very timid and just playing with the plastics, which does happen from time to time, and that's where it's important just to mix up the soft plastic profiles and colors just to see if you can find if there's something that's just going to switch them into gear. When I'm on my own, I don't like to take any unnecessary risks, but I do want to land that bigger one. So come on, snapper, where are you? There we go. This feels like a pinky. Both rods. It's nice to see a bit of action though. That's your fish, that's your fish. This one can wait, this one can wait. There we go. All right. All right, well, all this effort on the water has been about this fish here. I've got another fish on the other rod, but I know it's not as big as this one. This is a big fish. So, man, we've worked hard for this one. So I desperately want to land this fish. And that went on a couple of huge runs. You can definitely stay in control of these fish, but you don't want to panic and just give the fish away. So just get that net ready, because keep the tension on that line. Oh, whew, nervy moments, especially when you're on a break in gear. Oh. If you want to test some gear, this is what it's all about. Some nice big fish like this. I've got no doubt this is a nice big snapper, and he's not done. Whew. It's gonna go. Oh, I see leader now. Oh, he's a good fish. He's a good fish. This is what it's all about. Come on, land him. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Whew, and this one's still on. It's amazing how you get them in pairs. This is just a pinky. Oh. Tell you what, and that's not a bad fish either, but that's tiny compared to the one that's in the net. So let's just put them there. Woo, woo, woo. It's chaos on board here. And look at that right there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Yesterday morning when we came out, it was a very short session. We got that 50 centimeter snapper straight away, and then we got an avalanche of pinkies. I sort of made the rough call the following morning. I thought I'll come out. I know the conditions are going to be a lot rougher. We're not going to be volumes games, but hopefully we can get that one big fish just to break in this black mamba rod to say that we've really put it through its paces.
and it's so satisfying when you can pull it off. So in the net now, I've got a pinky that's probably about 36 centimeters, and I've got a snapper that's probably low 60s. So I'm absolutely thrilled with that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get this rod out the way. So that one was taken on that Zman Streakz and the Nuke Chicken, which I've been catching a lot of fish with this season. There is absolutely no question of that. It's a standout snapper, soft plastic, and you know, obviously we use a whole range of different brands and colors and profiles and stuff on the show, but yeah, that one there has been absolutely a standout. And so we're going to put that rod back there. I'm going to give you a good look at this snapper here, and there you go, there is your snapper there. So that is an absolutely awesome fish, and what a way to break in that black mamba rod on an absolutely beautiful fish. And look at that. So when you're using light spin gear, it's lots of fun. You can cast all day, you can use your 3, 4 and 5 inch soft plastics, and you know, I'm not out there targeting 10 kilo fish. A fish like that, for me, that is the perfect eating size, and it's probably the perfect size to have fun with gear like that. And that rod and reel just handled really, really well. But that is an absolutely beautiful fish, and it's a very satisfying moment. So I'm absolutely thrilled with that. So this reel hasn't even come out in the Australian market yet. So this is the Okuma ITX. So you can see the previous model there. I'm sort of going back and forth a bit, guys, so sorry, but that's the ITX Carbon. So that's the current model that's been around. And what they've done now is they've now come out with the ITX CB. So a bit of a weird naming scheme. I think this reel looks a lot prettier. It's got a really nice feel. The drag sounds a little bit on the quiet side, but handling wise, it handles really good. We are absolutely spoilt for choice in terms of brands, colors, profiles, sizes. So whether that's a rod, a reel, line, lures, plastics, whatever it might be, there is just so much choice on the market these days, and it can almost be a little bit overwhelming that there is that much choice. I mean, even and going and buying a squid jig off the shelf, the other day I went, and I reckon there must have been about 500 options in the shop. So if you're new to fishing, it can be really overwhelming. The point of today's episode was really to say that you can buy some really good gear at an affordable price point. Now, obviously, I'm pretty lucky. I'm out on the water a lot, and I don't mind buying some extravagant gear because for me, it's a tool of my trade, right? But I still use a lot of gear in that mid-market space, and a lot of people and a lot of viewers, that's probably their average spend when they go out and buy a fishing rod and a fishing reel. I think once you get to that sort of $150 to $200 price range on rods and reels, there are so many good options, and obviously a lot of big brands, and a lot of that gear is really capable. If someone says to you, you need to go out and spend $1,000 combo out in the bay or out in your lakes and estuaries in order to catch fish, well, it's just not true. As you spend a little bit more, what you find is those rods become a little bit more lightweight. They're a little bit more powerful. They'll have more expensive componentry, such as, you know, better guides and a better blank and better grips, or, you know, if it's the reel, it might be extra bearings and the type of material and being lightweight. But there are so many really good options around that $150 and $200 price point. And I think these, the Black Mamba rods, are going to fit into that space really nicely. It's just a good thing, I think, for consumers. So this weather here is really turning nasty, guys. So I think today's going to be a really quick session, landing that really good snapper. So I'm absolutely thrilled with that. It's been really fun to come out and break in some mid-level gear and to get stuck into some awesome fishing action with gear that's accessible for everyone, in locations that's accessible for everyone, and using some simple techniques that everyone can learn pretty quickly. And that's what this show is all about. It's not about egos. It's about showing you guys different gear on the market. It's about showing you different techniques in different locations. That way you can go out and get good results and catch fish yourself. And if you do that, trust me, that makes me really happy. But anyway, I'm going to get off the water. It's been a lot of fun out here, some really awesome catches. I hope that you've enjoyed the episode, and I look forward to seeing you on our next episode sometime soon. Take care, everyone.
These conditions are a slop now. I've got those short waves, and the short waves are the worst because it's like a washing machine, and when you're drifting along, you're just getting belted. So it's time to get off the water. Woo!